Hey, what's going on, UBA? We are back again, round 2 here of the Northeast Conference playoffs here at Bolero, North Brunswick, formerly known as Carolina Lanes, and we have Latino Allstars who survived in a 2020 tie, winning their roll-off against Mid-Country.
Mid-County Country Lanes.
Mid-County Country Lanes. Yep. And right now we got Latino All-Stars going against the crew of Reapers himself, Reaper Crew, who did have a bye, and they're going to be going against Latino All-Stars.
Now, let's just say this here. This is Bolero, New Brunswick. The question is, who has the better look? Right now, Latino All-Stars bowled on this the first round. I'm giving them a slight edge against Reaper Crew, even though Reaper Crew is supposedly the stronger team. Only because Latino All-Stars has seen this shot for a period of time.
Yeah, exactly. And some changes definitely were made. We're looking to get everybody's names and everybody before we really get into that. But let's get into some of the action right now on the scratch pair. All right. ABC is Reaper Crew. DEF will be Latino All-Stars. Latino All-Stars, like I said, they fought. They had a roll-off, they won the roll-off, and it seemed that some changes were made. So now the thing is, will those changes be a good decision or a bad decision? When you have a deep roster, you know, you can still switch out. But it's all about who feels good and who has the advantage going in already being warmed up.
That is correct. Now, I will say this much, like I say every match. It's not how you start, but how you finish. And so, this match here, the way that this house plays, if you go 5 and out, the ball's not going to come back. It will absolutely not come back. That will affect spares. It will affect how you initially throw the strike. Can you get a string of strikes going?
Yep. It's all about rhythm.
That is correct.
And right there, we got a 7-pin left right there. And Malachi, can you please tell us who we got for scratch on Latino All-Stars as well as Reaper Crew?
All right, for Latino All-Stars of scratch pair, you have Angel Romero, Simon Checo, and Robbie Shine. For Reaper Crew, you have the lefty Bob Dale Jr., Dave Saban, and Dennis Nichols.
Yeah, oh, Dennis Nichols Sr., so we got a senior on here. So we got the senior versus the seniors, and let's see, Senior Shine right there, shining on the lanes, taking everything out, all X's across the board for Latino All-Star scratch pair.
Coming from the door, everybody done struck. Dave Saban has a spare and left the 7-pin. This is going to be a very interesting match because no matter how good you are, no matter how you do in your home house, this shot right here is going to challenge your focus and your ability to remain focused throughout the whole match.
Focus, focus, and focus.
And focus some more.
Yeah. And if you're not focusing, then you better just focus.
I think we said focus already.
Yeah. Execute.
Now that's better. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm focused now.
Oh, Lord.
And let's see if right now we can focus in on what's happening here. We have 3 strikes starting for Latino All-Stars. We got a strike up top for Reaper Crew, 9 spare. And then now we're going to see if the anchor can fill the box with an X or a slash and no dash.
Mr. Robbie Shine comes with a strike.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, that's Dennis Nichols.
That's Dennis Nichols. I know Mr. Shine very well. And Robbie Shine, he lives by his name. He shines in most houses that he throws. And he can throw anywhere, similar to Lazarchik, who we saw earlier on this pair. He has a little pro experience himself, too. Can throw on almost anything and can throw a lot of big numbers.
Well, in today's time, it's going to be who can manage your emotions and stay focused.
Yeah.
You have to be able to make the adjustment, and you have to, in this case, it's not just you, the individual. You have to speak with make sure your teammates are lined up as well. Because all it takes for one pair to get out of hand, and then you're going to have an issue.
Yeah, and Angel Romero right there, Angel Romero. He is ready, really ready, and he's trying to be an all-star like the namesake of his jersey, and that is not what he wanted on the right lane.
That's Bob Dow.
Bob Dale Jr. right now.
It's not going to be a runaway train by no means, but it's going to be interesting because, like I said, Latino All-Stars had a good look early on, and since they bowled earlier. Reaper Crew, because they won their division, had a bye in the first round.
Yes.
So let's see what happens going forward. Right now, their look is not as good as Latino All-Stars. but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah, it all comes down to the end. And like you said before, when you were saying in the earlier matches, you know, it's not just one pair. You got 3 pairs. You got 1 scratch pair. You have handicap pair number 1 as well as handicap pair number 2. And you have to make sure that you don't take away what one pair does by not showing up with your best.
Exactly. And you also, as the match that we saw earlier between Exit Wounds earlier, it had Exit Wounds lost on the first scene handicap, just one game. They would have had a total pins roll off to see who would win the match. So, right, you cannot take anything for granted. You have to get as many pins as you can, many points as you can on your pair.
That's right. And right there, Simon Checo right there, that ball did not check, but he can definitely check off 2 strikes for 2 frames so far.
That is correct. Now we see what Mr. Robbie Shine does.
One thing about Latino All-Stars, they have a deep roster of scratch hitters and handicap hitters as well. And they have what we call a good balance in terms of UBA standards when it comes to winning games and taking points.
Well, once again, we talked about how a team performs not just on one pair. Right now, the scratch pair is doing outstanding. It's how all 3 pairs perform after the first round. So let's see what they do from there. Ooh, you see that? Ooh. Did you see that Mr. Shine must have had Mr. Clean out there?
Yeah, right there.
That ball cleaned up all them pins right there just on that one.
The sun was shining on that one.
Yes, because I didn't see how he made all those pins go down.
Ashes to ashes, they all fell down. And the spare made right there for Mr. Dennis Nichols Sr. So
Dave Saban, yeah.
Oh no. That was Dave. That was Dave Saban. Yeah. Now we have Nichols Sr.
Yes.
And you know what? Maybe I spoke him up. Maybe he'll strike it up.
He needs to. He needs to keep his team close. There you go. He just did. That's why he's an anchor man.
Yeah. That looked like one ball when it had one sound.
Yeah, that sound like it to me. But now, remember, this is early enough, okay? Bob Dale's up for a Reaper crew on the leadoff on the scratch pair. In this matchup, you don't want to have a runaway train where the other team runs highly up on you. Right now, Latino All-Stars has a chance to go 3 in a row, trios, a turkey on each bowler. That could be significant. Now Bob Dale just throws a strike. So it looks like Bob Dale has lane 19 down pat.
Yes.
Second bowler, Mr. Dave Saban needs to get a clue when it comes to throwing a strike because he's throwing this is not no tap.
Ooh, and that was a no tap leave for Angel. And you know, right
Mr. Romero threw a 9 count.
Yes, he did a merciful 9 count.
Yes,
because it looked like a 7 count going down.
Yes. Now, as a team, if you're on this team, you really have to begin to pull for each other. You get all the jitterbugs out early. Stop being nervous. Breathe a little bit, so that ooh, he almost missed that, didn't he? You can't throw. You cannot. You have to keep your ball speed up.
Yes.
If you don't, you run the risk of having a catastrophe. So first person that gives an open, sometimes that'll settle a team down. Sometimes they can put even more pressure on people.
Exactly. And you mentioned a word, and shout out to Phil himself, but that word was chance. We saw earlier that if Exit would have given any more chances to All In.
Yes.
All In an unfortunate loss, but they took 18 points.
Yes.
And it's a race to 21. Exit got 22.
Yes.
Any of those chances, it's all about opportunity. You don't want to create an opportunity, and you do not want a team to feel like they have hope or light.
Yes, you don't want to give a team an opportunity to be outraged. Speaking of outrage, it's my understanding that Outrage lost today in the, did you see that lucky shot?
I would be outraged to see the opposing team carry something like that against me.
Yes, I mean, I can't believe that Outrage is out, but shout out to them. They're a very strong team. You know, they're just going to rebuild and get better for next year.
Yeah, man. Hey, but, you know, there was a lot of buys that ended up saying bye-bye. And surprisingly, and I know we had a surprising bit of carry right there from Mr. Dennis Nichols Sr.
We have Robbie Shine up from Latino All-Star. Let's see what he can do. If he throws a 3 in a row, this could be significant going in as you begin to start get settled in the match. They'll be up by 20, 179 and 159. He's throwing the ball very nicely, very nicely. That young fella, he is smooth the way he's throwing that ball.
Yeah. Never seen him not smooth.
This is my first time watching Robbie shine. I'm very impressed with his performance thus far.
Yeah.
Of course, it's early on. We're on a pair of lanes that's in front of the door at Carolier. I mean, at Berlero, New Brunswick.
Yeah. And one thing about Robbie Shine, for those who've never seen him, chances are you could see anything of the 750 or better region. And not to be outdone, Angel Romero right there showing that, you know what, I can close frames, so I may not have 4 in a row, but I got 4 clean frames, 3 strikes
he
and
got
spare.
a 9 count, and then he came back with a strike, so that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, and, Bob Dale Jr., he himself, he said, listen, I can strike too.
Yeah, so it's going to be who can have a good look the whole match. This is just game 1. Let's see how each team finishes the first game. Because believe me, some of these guys are throwing jersey strikes on real. Not on the scratch pair, but on other pairs.
Yeah, and we're going to see later on if they continue to get the carry that they're getting. But let's see what's going to happen right here. Oh, right there, Simon, right there, Simon Checo.
4-bagger.
That's right.
Let's see if Robbie Shine can do the same thing.
That was cuatro, papi, cuatro.
Yeah, cuatro.
Cuatro, papi, ya tú sabes.
I'm learning.
That's right. Come on down to the Bronx and see we're going to teach you some more.
I will.
So now here's the story here. Let's see if Dale being on the left side will tell the tale later on. We got a combination of 6 bowlers on this pair, 1 lefty.
That's true, but now it should tell itself later on in the match. Because as we both know, the transition in this house can be very telling. It can be not forgiving as well.
And the 7-pin definitely wasn't forgiving.
Dave Saban.
Oh, man.
He only has 1 strike in the game thus far. That was the last frame. Other than that, he's been putting up 9 counts. So
yes.
Once again, this is not no tap. You have to strike.
Oh,
and
like that?
Yes, just like that. Robbie Shine just showed him how to do it.
Well, you asked for one, you got your order.
That's right. Now, that's a momentum booster for a team.
Yeah.
If the rest of your team sees that, they might be able to catch on.
Yep. 4 frames, 11 strikes so far for Latino All-Stars.
Once again, Latino All-Star bowled in first round, so they have a better look at this shot. And they're showing that they are benefiting from that.
Well, one thing about stringer strikes, even though they don't have as many strikes does Reaper Crew, they are closing frames. And you know what it is, when you get a string of strikes, at this point you want to keep throwing good shots. And if you happen to not strike, you want good count. Let's see if Latino All-Stars wants to open La Puerta for them.
Okay.
Oh, La Puerta open. That was right there. That was a wild shot right there.
Yes, for Dennis Nichols Sr.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that he was their most consistent bowler in terms of strikes in a row. He had 3 strikes in a row. He can pick this up. He looks like he throws a pretty decent ball. Question is now, can he close the frame? If he closes the frame, it's okay. Spares at least to keep him into the game.
Yeah.
But right now, Latino All-Stars on the scratch pair seem to be pulling away little bit by little bit. Ooh, just missed.
Nickel tried to pick it.
Yeah, he did a very good job at it, so
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Yeah, Nickel tried to pick up some loose change there, did not get that.
Yes. He didn't get the spare change.
No spare. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, brother. That's why they call you the brain, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but you look a little different than Bobby Heenan, rest his soul.
All right, Bob Dale up with from the lefty perspective, and he throws a strike. Bob Dale should see that shot. He should be able to see his shot more and more throughout this game. Question is, will he? Sometimes a person's health and all that can factor into a match. If you have leg problems, you have back problems. Sometimes, depending upon your preparation before the match, it can rear its ugly head in the match.
Yeah, I hear that. Angel right there. Angel right there had a little bit of a problem with his speed, and he kind of pitched it inside, and he went through the nose. So let's see if he can rock this spare out. Look like it's gonna get there. Good old plastic.
Well, practically, was that Angel Romero? He's going to have to get it together because Bob Dowd looks like he's dialed in.
I like that.
And if he continues on, he's going to put more and more pressure on him. Sometimes when you get a bowler who's bowling, all he's thinking about, instead of thinking about the match itself or the lane conditions, he gets to thinking about his opponent, which will put pressure on you. So you see how that plays out.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Yes, there's a game within the game. Dave Saban with a split. Dave seems to be having trouble on the initial part of this game. Dave Saban historically has a game that can go back and forth. He can go back on the scratch pair, or he can go on the handicap pair.
Yeah, right through the face. Went right there. Saban went right through the nose on that one.
Yes, it did. He didn't put enough on it, and he didn't follow through on the shot. So that's what happened. Let's see what Simone Checo can do. And he throws a 5-bagger.
Simon says 5 in a row.
Simon says 5. All right.
That's right.
And Robbie Shine coming right up behind him. This is going to be quite interesting to see how right now they're loose. Latino Allstars are loose right now. They're playing real loose, and they seem to be communicating very well with one another. Once again, I said that they had the advantage because they saw the shot earlier. I don't know if Reaper Crew has bowled in this house before or not, or any of their bowlers, but it sure doesn't look like it.
Yeah, well, they need to not have an identity crisis.
Yes.
They need to show up, and they need to show out, because you only got one shot.
Or they can phone a friend.
Yeah, well, hey, they got your number?
No, not mine.
Robbie Shine up, looking to match up with Simon. Simon did.
Look at that. When you look at this,
oh,
that young fella's beautiful.
Woo, that's how you play, Simon says.
So
if Simon
pretty.
says it, you got to do it.
That young fella is pretty. I mean, he got a pretty shot, rather.
Yep.
Uh-oh, woo.
Oh, and that was unpretty.
Mr. Nichols just almost went from a 7-10 split to just a 7-pin up. And they got knocked down. They got to put that back up.
Yeah, we got to set the 7 up on lane 19.
This is a very good matchup. Right now, Reaper Crew, if they get the score, they will have 280 points to 339. That means that Latino Allstars has opened up a 59-point lead on the scratch pair. Through five frames, rather.
And you know what? Everybody wants to get to that same place. And that same place is in Delaware. And Delaware is the home of what?
Battle Bowl.
Battle Bowl, baby.
That's right.
That's right. If you're not there, then what are you doing?
You're being a spectator.
That's right. But you know what? Spectators have fun, too.
Heavens to Murgatroyd, even.
That's right. And one of these teams might take an exit stage left.
That is correct.
As you wait for all the issues to be taken care of.
They have to reset the 7-pin.
Got to reset
on lane 19.
If we could just take a quick gander over at Handicap 2 just to see the scores. And we see that everything right now is all about what you're doing as a whole. And the team as a whole must come on a united front. Unidos.
Well, right now, it looks like Latino Allstars is suffering on lane number first team handicap. But they're doing pretty good on the first team hand. They're doing a commanding lead like they are on the first team on the scratch pair. So right now, I would say, just from the eye test, it's still a close match. But Latino Allstars are doing pretty good on the match. I
would definitely agree. You know, let's take a look back at scratch, and we got our 7-pin taken care of. Let's see if it was worth the wait.
Okay. Man, when guys start flinging the ball out, and it take unexpected, because you drop the ball as you're trying to come through your motion, you never know what that ball is going to do.
Yeah, good thing he didn't take a nosedive. Looked like his feet got a little hung up there.
Exactly.
And open frames, 2 open frames on the side of Rippy Crew. 0 open frames for Latino Allstars.
Exactly. Now, the question is, Bob Dow has trioed. Let's see if he can put a 4-back up. Right now, Bob Dow is trying to keep his team in the match. He has 3 strikes in a row. He has to get a 4-bagger. Dave Saban has an open because he had a split. You have to be able to keep the match close. Bob Dale does his job by getting 4 in a row Let's see what Dave Saban does.
Yeah.
This first game could hinge on Dave Saban getting right.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And you mentioned if anyone will have leg issues, there's no issue right now about Dale's leg because right now he's doing squats by trying to throw the rest of his team on their back.
That's right. Now it might create back problems, but what can you say?
Hey, what can you say?
Bob Dale is a true strong bowler. He used to be the UBA. I'm not sure if he was UBA champion at one point.
Might have been.
Might have been, but I know he's a very strong bowler. So,
ooh,
and
strong kick out
Mr.
for the
Simon
10.
says get 6 in a row, and that's what he did.
Yeah. Simon says get your strikes up.
That's right, because Latino Allstars have come to play, and they not taking any prisoners.
You know, when it comes to making strikes, you know, you got to have one mindset. No witnesses. Anything you leave after the first ball is a witness.
And Dave Saban comes back with a strike. So at least he's able to recover from that split that he had in the previous frame in frame 5. Now it's up to see what Mr. Dennis Nichols can do.
That's right. That's what it all comes down. Let's see what, if there's going to be any change for the situation of Mr. Nichols.
Look, right now, Reaper Crew is at a disadvantage because not only, let's see what, Robbie Shine's up. Let's see if he's going to put 6 back or 2.
Simon says 6. Let's see what Robbie says.
Oh, my goodness. He's looking at that pin like, he's looking at those pins like them pins did something to him.
Free lunch.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody better call the cops. Oh, Mr. Nichols got lucky on that one, I have to say.
Hey, you got to make a change at some
He
point.
popped up at the end, which changed the trajectory of that ball, but he still was good enough for him to get a strike.
It definitely was good enough. 10 on the first shot is always good enough.
Yes, I take a strike any day. It doesn't matter how pretty it is.
Any day of the week, twice on Sunday, and we are here twice on Sunday.
That's right. Okay, let's see if Angel Romero can actually get it straightened out and try to match Bob Dale.
Romero up.
Nope.
And again, slow on that lane.
He's not extending out, and he's dropping the speed on his ball. That ball that time, he threw it at 14.59. You really have to be at least 15, above 15 in order to throw a good shot.
Yeah, you really have to.
And Bob Dale throws another strike. And he throws 15.23. So it gives you an idea of what kind of speed you need to throw that ball at. If you don't keep your ball speed up, you have no chance at winning this match.
That's right.
Now,
And
Mr. Angel Romero just opened the door for Reaper Crew. But remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Dave Saban throw this ball. He needs a strike here, and he gets one. Once again, he's still high on the hairpin. The transition is not that great where it should be that high on the hairpin. That can make a difference between him going splits in the second and third game.
Yeah, and how poetic that it is that, what does a Reaper carry? A Reaper carries a sight, and it's all about setting your sights on each shot, each frame. And Simon is setting his sight on each frame. And you know what?
Simon goes Jersey.
And how's the left? And he said, you know what? I got 2 pockets.
Look at it, he's dancing on him. He know he got away with something with that one.
He said I could do it on izquierda y derecha. I could do it on the right or the left.
All right, or the left. Say that again.
Izquierda y derecha, papi.
Yeah, that whatever he said.
Either the left or the right.
And Mr. Nichols comes back with a double.
That's right.
So right now, Reaper Crew in the 6 and 7 frame have put 2 strikes back to back together. All right, but no matter what, if Robbie Shine keeps doing what he's doing, and Latino Allstars running away with this match.
Yeah. And what you're seeing right now is like a good neighbor, Latino All-Stars, 2nd and 3rd is there, giving a little extra insurance and real estate for the top bowler.
But that's a lot of pressure to keep putting on your teammates when you get an open. Even though Angel Romero's not throwing the ball bad, I believe he can step it up even further. Let's see what he does here. Robbie Shine gets, 7 in a row? Along with Simon says, Checo. Let's see what happens. This is to turn into a great matchup for early on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And right now it's looking like they're giving an opportunity for Angel to just free roll and relax. And he does on that shot.
And Angel come back with a strike. That's what he needs to do. He needs to throw a good ball every time. You don't have to throw a great ball, but you need to throw a good ball every time because Bob Dale is trying to keep his team in the match.
Yep.
If Bob Dale doesn't bowl as good as he's doing right now, Reaper Crew on the scratch pad looking for a lifeline.
Let's see Dale. Dale right now is trying to tell a tale.
Oh.
And oh my goodness,
He
that
got
was
away.
almost a nightmare.
He got, man. It wasn't a strike, but it wasn't a 7-10 split like it was looking like initially.
Yeah, that was almost a sight that he didn't want to see.
Yes, and that would have been sore for his eyeballs.
Very sore. And you know what they say? Even though his name is Angel, and they say have an angel on 2 shoulders to be extra blessed, and he's got an angel in both the 2nd and the 3rd spot on that scratch pair.
That's true. I see Baudel pick this up, 10-pin up. Shouldn't be no problem for him.
Yep.
And he does.
No problem for Dale on the 10 pin. But the story is this: a lot of strikes being thrown by both the middle and the 3rd bowler on one end. Your bowler's definitely not throwing as many strikes. Something needs to change, and something needs to change now if you want to make a difference, at least on your pair.
Let me just say this here. I'm watching this matchup here between Reaper Crew and Latino Allstars. This is one heck of a start. This is a major, major confidence booster for Latino Allstars.
Yeah.
The way that they start this matchup should propel them to do very well throughout the rest of the match if they can maintain their focus. Simon didn't say that one.
Oh, I'm sure Simon didn't want to say that. And you mentioned maintaining focus.
Yes.
And you mentioned the word start. But I also know you like another F word.
Ooh, what word for would that be?
Finish.
Oh yeah, okay, yes, thank you. That's true. You got to be able to finish the match.
Yeah.
Because not how you start, but it's how you finish. Now the question is, he had 7 in a row. He was laughing, joking. You still want to remain focused. You still want to remain loose, but not too loose. Now let's see if this is going to be big. Can Dave Saban capitalize on it? Because right now, Reaper Crew needs to close that gap.
Yeah.
Let's see if Dave can throw a strike here.
Yeah, he needs to. And responds with a strike. And what you have here on lane 19, you got a 1-2-8. And we already know when pins are piled, there's a chance for deflection. And deflection could leave a future reflection on what you didn't pick up.
Yes. And as long as he doesn't chop the mat, as long as he makes sure he finishes the ball, he should be fine. There you go.
A little high on the head, and he made sure he knocked the 2 and the 8-pin dead on that one. No chop ski right there. Only 1 blemish on Latino All-Star side in terms of the scratch pair. We have about 2 blinks over for Reaper Crew, and let's see if he doesn't blink here. And woo, wow.
That's a lot of 9.
Almost went from to sugar on that one.
Oh, yes. We're not going to finish that one.
Yeah, because that would be it.
Yes, that wouldn't be a... Let's see if Mr. Bobby Shine can continue to shine out here. He's throwing an outstanding game.
Yeah, Robbie Shine. They call him Rob, not only because that's his name, but right now he's robbing the hopes and dreams and attempting to stay on their neck and an 8 count.
You know what? They're so far up that it does make a difference. Just remember, Dave Saban is on a trio now.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one or two more opens in the 9th or 10th frame, and this could be a much closer match.
Yes, that's right. But you know they got a saying when you're on the playground: no givesies backsies.
That's right.
And you don't want to give nothing back.
That's right.
You know, when you go shopping, it's always good to get a receipt. They're trying to avoid receipts right now.
Yeah, because stores don't like returns.
No, they don't. No returns on that.
All right, Robbie Shine picks up the 2 pins.
Yep.
Now they got to start back over again. They see where they're at. They're up 560 to 498, but nobody on Latino Allstars is on a double.
Yep.
On Reaper Crew, Dave Saban is on a turkey. So now the question is, can Reaper Crew get this match closer? And once again, Mr. Angel Romero throws a soft ball.
And I'm noticing something. See, usually when you start on a pair, or on a lane, rather, where the ball return is not there, you feel more free, you move more left. He's a little hesitant to move left where the ball return is, being that he starts so far back, and he's not getting the speed on that. So,
well, to me, he's not getting an extension.
Yeah, exactly, and he's not going to get that extension if he's not moving far enough where he can't get it.
Yes.
He gets the extension on that, but can't check.
You see the difference? See how when he would go for the 3 pins on the right side, he actually getting down lower, and if he could just do that on the first ball, he would have better success.
Yeah, he's got to get comfortable with either pushing forward or at least ignoring the ball return and get a little more left so we can definitely extend. And, on a triple, a 5 count, that's definitely going to hurt.
Now, that's the shot that I call Good Night Irene. Because Dave Saban knows that he needs that shot. Now, he has to pick all 5 of those pins up.
Yeah.
Now, the tricky thing is about on these lanes, what you would normally do at home doesn't mean that you'll be able to do it here. Let's see if Simon can get back on it from the first. Oh, good. Okay. Woo! Now, he dancing, but that don't mean he should be.
Yeah. That was ideal.
And Dave Saban picks that up.
Okay, well, definitely a big spare there.
If you're on the scratch pair, you should be able to pick that up.
Yeah. All that two-stepping, you better finish the story.
That's right. Now, let's see what happens between Mr. Robbie Shine and Mr. Nichols, senior in this frame.
That's right.
Yeah, but you better stop playing on lane. You keep coming high on that hairpin every time. All right, you'll learn.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, here we go. Bobby Shine is back on it, baby.
And Robbie Shine right there showing you why his last name is Shine, and he's looking like his namesake.
That young fella is meeting the moment, and he's shining like a star.
That's right. Robbie with a potential 278 finish, Simon with a potential 277 finish, and a potential 205 finish for Angel.
You know, on this, I would say on this. Okay, Mr. Nichols throws the strike as well.
Yep.
So going into the 10th frame, if everything remains the same, Latino Allstars is up by 57 sticks on the scratch pair.
Yep, that's the story on the scratch pair. Mr. Dale up. Dale getting the ball up the lane, and he liked that one out the hand.
Bob Dale is still locked in. This is a lefty house. He's doing a heck of a job.
That's right.
He's keeping his team in the matchup. Question is he going? Okay, Angel got a 9 count.
Yeah, got a 9 count with a little light on the head, light mixer. The 5 almost stood up with it.
So if he picks this up and throws a strike, the best he can do is 194 going out.
Yeah, and if you notice right there, just like I said, he felt more comfortable moving. He had more room to move, and he got the extension. With that ball return, he seems a little more tight-knit on that right lane. He spares out, provided he spares out and it strikes, that would be a 194 finish.
To be honest with you, I think that if had he, remember he's going for the 3 pins on the right side?
Yes.
You see how he got more extension on the ball?
Yes.
That's what he needs to do.
Yep.
If he does that just regularly, he's going to have to do that eventually because the transition is going to occur.
Yep.
Bob Dale comes back 2 strikes in the 10th frame. He's keeping his team in the match.
That's right. 259 on top always looks pretty good.
Anything can happen. Latino Allstars was up with 57 sticks, but because Angel's having a tough time in this 10th frame, he's allowing Bob Dale to get his team back in the match.
And that ball looks like it's going to go into the pocket. And, very high, but it finishes the job.
Yeah, he's still struggling.
Yeah, a little slight struggle.
This is a playoff. You can't have that kind of struggle. Not when the rest of your team you're making the rest of your teammates work extra hard to try to keep you in the match. Bob Dale got 1 more strike. This could bring it down to 30-something, 36 sticks if he throws a strike here. And he does.
That's right.
So now, Bob Dale goes out with a 259. Mr. Angel Romero goes out with a 194.
Yes.
Currently, Latino Allstars on the scratch pair is up 36 sticks. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
As we've seen in other games,
yes,
somebody could throw an untimely split. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Behind me right now, I got Danny Breezer right here. Shout out to you, definitely doing your thing earlier in that roll-off, that right there. That was, a big-time situation, but big players do big things. I see you right here watching and waiting in the wing probably for any other competitors that will face y'all, provided that y'all pass this round. What do you see here? What do you see that's happening? What do you see that needs to keep going? And any potential hazards that may face, or are you 100% confident in your team? I'm guessing 100%.
I'm 1,000%
okay.
confident.
All right. Confidence is key, and keys to victory for Latino All-Stars.
All day.
And as we watch each bowler roll here, what are the keys to consistency, especially when you're in the playoffs?
Keep bowling. That's
right. Just keep. So as you say in New York, just keep throwing it, and if you don't throw it well, throw it better.
Throw it better.
All right, so now
day.
we're in the 10th frame. Dave Saban threw a strike in his first ball, and Simon Says came back with a strike as well. So the question, and Simon's still dancing. I give him that. He's keeping loose. And Dave Saban throws a split in the second ball. So Dave Saban needed to strike all the way out just to give his team a chance to win.
Yeah.
Now that's a lot of pressure because now once again you don't want to leave it on just one man. Everybody has to do their part. If Simon throws a strike here, it's a wrap.
Simon with that big backswing. Let's see what he got to say.
And he strikes. He throws a turkey. Outstanding. He only get 20 pins though. Simon could go out with a 277. Dave Saban, if he picks up 1 or 2 pins, he can either close with a 199 or 200. And he goes for it, and he gets a 199.
So 199 finish right there in the middle.
So when we look at this match, 199 with the 194 is not a bad shot. But the fact that Simon came back and shot the 277 if he throws a strike here, that makes a difference because Mr. Bob Dow shot a 259.
Yes.
The question is, what can the anchor man, Dennis Nichols Sr., do to finish the shot? Okay, so
275.
Mr. Checo goes out with a 275, leaves an 8 count.
Yeah, that ball checked for Checo right there, but that's all right.
That's a good card, good start for Latino Allstars.
That's right. Simon Checo, what's up?
My guys.
Hey, ya tú sabes, you already know, papi. There you go, and you already know is the translation, and you already know what his score was, 275, but not to be outdone, Nichols Sr. trying to cut down the deficit just a little bit, not just for his pair, but overall, because every pin counts.
Exactly, especially for the total pins across the 3 pairs. Right now, what they're trying to do is, if I was Reaper Crew, I'd be trying to stop the bleeding, strike out. Mr. Nichols Sr. has to strike out here, and Bobby Shine, the way Bobby Shine is doing, I don't know. I don't even know if that's possible.
Anything's possible, but it's all about probability. Probability of a strike is very high.
Not on that one.
But not on that one. They pushed that one a little far.
Right. They were up by 57 pins going into the 10th frame. Let's see how they finish. Latino All-Stars, no matter who you are, no matter what pair you're on, you really need to finish all the way through. Period.
Yeah, yeah, you're right about that.
Because you never know, it's total pin count, and just one pin.
That's the same pin we've been seeing all day, the 9 pin.
Yes.
On this pair.
Yes.
Whoa. And did not see that coming right there from Mr. Shine. And he's not happy about that.
I think Mr. Shine took his foot off the gas.
Yeah, he did.
And when you do that, you relax. You enable another team, even though they can't win the game, and it gives them a little bit of outside confidence that they can come back and do something.
Yeah, that's right.
Once again, we said every pin counts.
Yeah.
So Latino All-Stars, after the first game, is up by, 32 pins.
And we are going to take a look over at handicap number 2. So shout out to everybody right now checking everything out. We are over on handicap pair number 2, and we are going to see what's going to happen there next.
So it looks like here, Latino All-Stars on the second team handicap won 716 to 650. So they're up by 66 sticks on the second team handicap. So they won on the scratch pair and they won on the second team handicap. It doesn't matter how you start but how you finish. So this is going to be a tight matchup.
Yeah, very tight matchup, and it could all come down to that mistake that Robbie Shine did in that last frame. Highly unlikely, unforced error, but like you said, anything's possible in a playoff situation.
That is correct. Now the thing that I'm looking at is that Latino Allstars struck out for E and F, and only one person struck out for Reaper Crew in the 10th frame. That could be instrumental in giving you momentum in the next game. So you definitely want to do that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you got to be really, really careful with every single thing you do. Before we check them out, Malachi, please tell us who we have over here representing Latino All-Stars as well as Reaper Crew on handicap pair number 2.
All right, for Latino All-Stars on the second team handicap, we have Sergio Melendez, Leo Hernandez, and Miguel Carrion. For Reaper Crew, you have Joe Lamp, Joe Shepard. I can't pronounce his last name.
That's Joe Shapiris.
And who's this?
Oh, man, that's John Flipchick. That's John Flipchick right there, Philipchick.
I'll be referring to them by their nickname.
That's Philipchick right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that last name. What's his last name?
Flip Chuck.
That Flipchuck.
Flip Chuck.
Yeah.
Man, whoever handwriting that is horrible. Oh, my goodness. I'm blind, but I ain't that blind.
Nah, but yeah. I've seen Flipchuck throw it, and he's a big-time hitter when he needs to be. He used to be on the WCS. He used to be on the heavyweight list. So I've seen him before. Let's see what he can do right here. He needs to do more to help Reaper Crew get.
Reaper Crew needs to come out with a reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Mr. Flip Chuck needs to get a clue and start bowling better than 179.
Well,
He hurt his team that game.
Well, hey, all it takes is for you to wake up, rise up, and then once you start smelling the coffee, you start drinking, and then you start eating on something. But it's not breakfast time; it's dinner time. And right now, you got to feast if you want to win.
Yeah, he needs to feast, but he needs to phone a friend and get a clue. Right now, when you throw in 179, that means that you don't see the shot yet.
Well, they say it's a marathon, not a sprint, but I'd rather start sprinting now than have to try to catch up later.
Okay, my foot, your beep. Just do a 9 count.
And right there, Joe Lamp right now, making it to the pocket. Not enough force to take out the 7 pin.
Yeah, he didn't put enough drive into the ball, but that's okay.
Oh, and Sergio going high and with mighty carry right there, tripping out the 4 and the 9.
Yes, he carried the ball. I don't know if it was mighty.
Yeah, it wasn't mighty. Well, it looked mighty good up there.
Yeah,
in the
it
form
made
of
mighty
X.
good. That's true, especially since he don't have to throw it twice.
Yep, no problem on that 7 pin right there for Joe Lamp.
Let me ask you a question. Generally, when the second team handicap in the playoffs, you want to make, it doesn't matter whether everybody's a scratch bowler or not, correct? So if you see that your bowler is having a tough time in the match on a shot like this, what would you do? What would you tell him at this point?
Well, if you don't see the shot, I would tell him at this point, have a no-tap mindset, because with no-tap, at least you won't miss the pocket. When you try to start reaching for strikes, you might reach in too deep, and you might get your hand bit. And that didn't bite him in the end there. He leaves a 9 pin. We've seen enough 9 pins. At least that was a shot that you could say, I know I threw it my best. I just need better carry. Let's see what Carry On does here. And right there is exactly what I'm talking about. Trying to dig too deep for a strike and got 7 pin. Got 7 count, rather.
Yeah, Miguel is the current UBA Cruiserweight Northeast champion.
As well as
the tag team champion as well. You're right.
Miggy 2 belts.
Yeah, well, me and my guys going to try to take them double after we see what we do this month. And then I'm going to see if I can beat my man, my own guy. Shout out to my own guy. I'm not going to call his name out here because I don't want to make him too happy, but he's a hell of a bowler.
That's right, and we got a lot of great bowlers here. Shout out to your guy, and shout out to the guys here that earned their way into this spot.
At this level, you have to be able to maintain a certain vantage point in order to do well at this shot.
And who we have up here? We have John Flipchuck. Flipchuck.
Do we make 2 switches or 1?
You got it.
Yeah.
And Flipchuck's ball did not flip up into the pocket right there, and only getting 8, and 10 would have been great.
I think at this point, when people start talking about making changes, especially on a shot like this, I think that you do better. If your guy is a good bowler, you do better trying to work with him, trying to help him out with the look that he's having. It might be just a matter of a ball change. I would ask him, what kind of ball is he using, and what is the ball designed to do? Right now, his confidence, Flip Chuck's confidence is actually, remember we talked about it affects your focus. Yeah. He's kicking the ball return not ever so slightly, but it shows the frustration that he's experiencing in this match.
Yeah. And from me seeing Flip Chuck before, something doesn't look quite right, even with his approach.
Well, to me, he's standing up and he's not following through on his shot. He's not throwing his ball with any confidence at all. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it.
Well, right there, speaking of making it, Joe Lamp right now said I got to turn the lamp on. And you know what, maybe a light bulb went off in Reaper Crew's head, and maybe whatever they're thinking may be the right thing. If you know your guy is not doing what they need to do and you got someone on the carpet that could make a difference, maybe you might want to pull the trigger on that. Sergio pulled the trigger on that second shot, much better shot than his first frame. And we have Joe up and Joe Shapiris, going high on the head, leaving the 36-10 7 count. It's similar to what Carry-On did.
This is a match where it's you against the lanes. Mm-hmm. If you cannot make it a point to catch on what's going on in the match, this could be very detrimental to the rest of the squad that you're bowling with. Making a change doesn't necessarily help you at all.
Got to get one more score.
Leo Hernandez leads a 9 count, leads the 10 pin. Right now, spares and win games.
That's right. And Leo, stepping into the Lions den and willing to fight, and when he can just sit back, because this is his team.
Okay, yeah. So he was the one that they made the change for, correct?
Yeah.
Right now, he's bowling pretty decent, so you don't have to throw strikes every time. You just have to get a good look.
Yeah, very good. Great 10-pin conversion right there by the president and the owner right there, Mr. Leo Hernandez. And I know Leo Hernandez on the book of face as Leo gets. And Leo, he usually gets what he's shooting at. Let's see if Flip Chuck right here can flip the switch. Much better release there. And a much better shot right there by Flip Chuck. Hopefully we can get a spare conversion.
Yeah, if he get a spare conversion, it could do wonders for his confidence in the match. Miguel Carry-On throws a strike.
Yeah.
So you see he sees the shot.
Yep, Carry On.
He's trying to play out for the cameras. Nobody cares about that, Miguel. Your teammates need you. Your teammates need you, baby.
Yeah, and he said talk to him after you get 2 belts. Well, he's trying to add a trophy to that.
Cut your hair, man.
Yeah, he's trying to add a trophy to that being the Wilder Cup. And Flip Chuck right there closing his frame,
yeah,
getting a spare, and we get a little fist
picked
bump.
up the pair, yes. A completion of a spare at this point can build your confidence. Now he was into the pocket. He actually followed through. He kept his speed up. He looked nice. Now let's see if he can duplicate it.
Yeah.
All right, Nugenic.
And it looks like they're trying to impress Malachi over here with 1 ball and 1 sound.
They need to do something. All right, Joe. Way to go, Joe.
I'm trying.
Turn around, Joe. Turn around. That's my foot, your beat. Just do a strike.
Right. That's right. And you know what? Sergio's keeping his foot in Reaper Crew, and he's not trying to take it. He's not trying to take it out, and he's not trying to take it off their neck.
Now, you can't afford to. At this point, Sergio Melendez is inserting foot. But Joe's trying to keep it close. The question is, what can Mr. Joey Hammers do it with this shot? He needs to throw a strike. Right now, he's still fishing as far as I'm concerned. He threw a 9 count the first time on this lane. Let's see what he throws this time.
Yeah. And the hammers. Oh, the hammer came down right there.
Okay, hammer came down, but
And right there, he gets a strike. So 2 spares, 1 strike right there. And Joe Hammers, he got it. And Leo
Hernandez throws a strike. This is one of the changes that Latino Allstars did from the first series.
Hey.
So let's see if Leo's having a better chance right here.
Yeah, maybe a birthday of cancers, but he's trying to show you that it's Leo season.
That's right. Chico Flow.
Aha.
Like that flyer, Josh. Come on, guys.
Okay, Mr. Flip Chuck Sr. is about to throw the ball. Let's see if he can throw a strike this time. He got the 9 count. Right now, it's important that he gets his confidence up. Looks good.
Very
looks
good shot.
Still 9 count.
Yeah, the ball is deflecting right there.
Nah, he just threw it. He just stayed behind the ball a little bit too long. But if he can get it out just a little bit, maybe 2 boards to the left, he should be all right. I love the shot, the look that he has. He's throwing it with better confidence. But when you bowling against Miguel, you can't be throwing it like that.
And we're in trouble because Miguel got a camera on him now, so now he want to strike.
And Miguel wants to look pretty for the camera. That's okay.
We might get a little hair flip from Miguel.
Hey, what'd you say? You're so pretty. What?
Well, you know, as he heats up, his hair starts frizzing up. Let's see Flip Chuck right here. He converted 1/7 pin before. That looks like he's going to take care of that one, no problem.
Mr. Flip Chuck, back-to-back spares. That's the way you got to close him. That keeps you in the game. It looks like he's throwing the ball a little bit more with more confidence.
Yeah.
Question is, can he start to strike? I would predict by him being the anchor man that if he continues to throw where he's throwing the ball, and he throws a little bit more with confidence, that he'll start striking.
Ooh, and that was not a strike. That was not a strike.
He don't have the foot, and you know what? Beep.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's putting his foot in his mouth right now.
Yeah, right now, because
Right
if
now.
Sergio Melendez throws a strike here, that's a 4-bagger.
Yeah, whatever his foot was walking, he definitely stepped in something.
Yeah, he might put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah. And we hear cries of basura. Basura by Miguel. Let's see if he can pick up the trash. Sergio right there.
Hernandez,
Oh,
4-bagger.
he gets a kick out.
Latino Allstars is bowling like they belong here.
Yeah, and they do. They definitely do, and they're showing it. Let's see what Joe got. Joe just pretty much focuses on getting the 2, almost gets a little kick out, almost takes the 10 out, but the 10 still stands.
That would be a no, Joe.
No, Joe.
Leo Hernandez up.
Let's see what Leo does. Leo looks like the phase 2 ball. He didn't follow through all the way on that.
No, he did not. And it rolled in the oil, did not, and it labored.
Yes,
And
it didn't flip till late, so it went deep.
Yeah, labor, but no trabajando for him. It didn't work, no working for him. And that is a 2-8 leave, double wood.
He should be able to pick this up. Uh-oh. This is not what Reaper Crew needs.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted that one too much, and he didn't relax on that one.
Exactly.
He was forcing that one.
Yep. He tried to force it out, and it came back too strong.
Yeah, a lot of times trying to force an issue, you create an issue for yourself.
What happens is people don't settle down because they're so... Uh-oh. Whew. Mr. Leo Hernandez just opened the door. Just because one guy opened the door don't mean that you have to.
Yeah, exactly. Over there doing trick shots, showing that he can do some amazing tricks. But this is it. This is not the all. Even though the All-Stars ain't the All-Star game, this is the game. This is the playoffs.
That's
no
correct.
trick shots. No trick shots.
That's right. You just got to stay with it.
For his next trick, he needs to throw some strikes.
Well, they just have to keep. Even if you don't throw a strike, you gotta close your frame.
Yeah, you got to close the box.
Yes. You can't be cute. You got to follow through on your fundamentals.
And Mickey 2 belts over here. Let's see what he has. He has 2 strikes. Let's see if he can add a 3rd
Being
strike.
as though Reaper Crew has 2 splits back to back, you don't have to strike too much. Oh Lord, now he done left a split.
Well, Mickey 2 belts, 2 stepped, and now he left 2 pins. And what area code is that? 410 right there. The 410.
Like, hello.
Definitely a makeable split, but you know sometimes you don't want to get too greedy.
You cannot afford to take any team for granted.
Yeah, exactly.
They're up almost by 100 sticks in this second game, but anything can happen.
Yeah. And 2 things happen. 2 opens back to back.
Back to back. Let's see what Flip Chuck does.
Well, this is an opportunity for Flip Chuck to really flip on the switch
And throw a strike.
and just chuck it up.
There you go, what we just said.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it takes a bunch of people to go to sleep for you to wake up.
That's
and
right.
right there, he smelled something.
Maybe finally look at it. He's shaking his hand like, yeah, I did something.
Yeah, I told you that logo on there. That is the name of that is a sight, and it's all about keeping your eyes wide open. And you don't want your eyes to be wide shut, or else the door's going to be shut on your playoff opportunity.
Right. They'd be like, good night, Irene.
That's right.
As my buddy Biscuit say, night night.
Want to go night night?
That's right.
Everybody go night night.
Joe came back. He kept the speed up. He kept the speed up, and his ball went right into the pocket nicely.
That's right. And Joe right there, he definitely did not want to have a repeat of what he did last frame. He kind of settled in, rolled the ball, and allowed the ball to do the work down the lane. One thing about Latino All-Stars, when they start to heat up, you know, it gets loud. They start smiling, they start dancing, they start wilding, and Sergio right now is wilding.
Yes, he actually has a very good look. He's a two-handed bowler. This young fella is tearing it up right now.
Yeah. Very familiar with
Sometimes
Sergio.
you need in the playoffs, you definitely need a bowler who can help carry a team when they're struggling.
Hammers up. I like that ball better. It was much better than the last shot.
Much better than the last shot. That is true. It just didn't drive through the pin.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, a lot of push on that. No fingers on it, though.
Sometimes it can be just your entry point into the match. So we'll see. Mr. Leo's throwing the ball too hard. He threw it out past the 5 and tried to come back.
Yep.
But because there's so much oil out there, it's going to sail on you. That's why his ball went deep.
Yeah.
Now he has a mother-in-law that he missed the last time. Remember, he hit the back pin instead of both of them. Let's see what he does here.
That's right. Going direct at it, similar to how most Pro Bowlers do, attack their spares, don't give it a chance to make a decision.
And at least he kept his speed up.
Oh, yes, he did. And right now, not many times in life do you get second chances. This is a second chance at a spare that you missed before.
Just the frame before.
And I think he might take care of it.
And he missed it again.
Well, the good news is he got the 2 and the 8 pin. The bad news is he only got one of those pins each frame.
He did that the same frame, exactly.
So maybe third time will be a charm, or maybe on the third time he won't leave it at all.
Hey, look, at this point, he needs to follow through. If he follows through better, he'll be all right.
And they're doing CPR with every open frame that Flip Chuck sees. Right now, he's doing chest compressions on himself, and he's pressing the issue.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that, but yeah.
Yeah. I call it what it looked like. It looked like a double
right now,
after he was in trouble.
That's right. Miguel has to pick up his man, Chico Flow.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not flowing.
No, it's not. And you know, and right now in Leo's best case, you know what's the best way to pick up that spare?
What?
Don't leave it.
Yeah, if you can. It's back to back, so he must be doing the same thing in his hand. I think it's a matter of his follow through.
Well, consistency is great when the mistakes are consistent.
Exactly.
Not so much.
Exactly. And Miguel comes back with a strike, so he stopped the bleeding.
Yeah, Miguel, a very good bowler. Known him many years. Also a temperamental bowler. As he gets frustrated, he will make mistakes.
That is true.
But he's matured, and the 2 belts that he now has possession of that he earned is proof of that. But right now, you got a team to keep, and you got to make sure that cooler heads prevail. And right now, Sergio anchoring from the top. And I say that because right now it's 5 frames. Each one of those frames have X's on them. And right now, that is an excellent situation for Latino All-Stars.
And it looks like Joe keeping his speed up again.
Yes.
He just put a double together. He shot over 15. He's at 15.72. So remember what I was telling you before, you have to keep your speed up on this match. Ooh. And for the first time, Sergio Melendez leaves an 8 count. He had put up a string of 5.
Yeah.
So now let's see if he picks this up, and hopefully he won't be like Leo.
Well, we might get a chance to see the first 2 8 made in this game so far.
Yes, that's true. Let's see what hammers do.
got a little more fingers in that one.
Yes.
Much more fingers than the last 2 shots.
That's true. He's not consistent yet, and that could be a problem as the match goes on, because what happens is if your team is not at least keeping it close, what happens is you end up pressing more and more and more.
There you go. Gives a little help to Leo right there.
That's right.
And he points to him and says, you know, that's how you make it. Yeah. He said, you see that?
You see that? That's how you make it, Leo.
¿Tú hablando? You see that? You understand?
Take notes.
Right there. He said, mírame. Mírame. And hopefully Leo will not be saying, ayúdame.
Yes. All right, let's see what Chico Flo does. That's a good ball. It's coming out, coming back. He's the 10 pin. At least it's not the 2-8 pin.
Yeah, that's right. So right now, he has 1 pin remaining, that 1 being the 1-0. 10 pin on the right.
The only problem is when you have 2 opens back to back, sometimes people can get a little tight. So hopefully he's breathing up there, not thinking too hard. You see that Flip Chuck is actually taking a long time to throw his ball. I would do the same thing to put more pressure on him. Let him thinking about it a little bit longer.
Flip Chuck started out with an open, spare, double, and with each shot, you know, that chest right there puffs up a little more. Let's see if his chest is going to stay puffed up.
Nope. He took some off the ball. He popped up.
Yeah.
He popped up on the shot. You can't do that.
And you can't do that. And you cannot do that.
This is 3 in a row. What I tell you, he's not throwing the ball with authority or confidence. This is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
You have to be able to block out what just happened. If you do good or bad, you have to keep trying to repeat each shot more over and over and over again. It's not an easy matchup. All right, flicks up, picks up his spare. Let's see what Miguel does.
Carry on up. Carry on, kick it up 10.
The double. That's good. It's a good shot.
I'm going to get a picture of the shooting.
Okay, right now, we're going to see what Sergio Melendez does in terms of see if he can get back on his strike game. He's the leader for this pair on the second team handicap for Latino Allstars. He helps sets the tone, and he keeps a lot of the pressure off of Miguel. Because right now, Leo Hernandez is having a tough time at it, whereas he had a better look the first game, but the second game, he's having a tough time at it.
Very good. Just to give a little insight, a little more perspective on what's going on the scratch pair. Reaper Crew falls 713 to 681. Handicap 1. 549 for Reaper Crew and 636 for Latino All-Stars. Game 1 over here and what we're watching right now, and this is game number 2, but results of game number 1 for handicap pair number 2 was 716 for Latino All-Stars and 650 for Reaper Crew.
So as you can see, all the matches are every pair is close, but when you do it on the preponderance of all the teams, Latino All-Stars may be up over 100 pins. If they do it again this match, they could be up over 200, which will put a lot of pressure on Reaper Crew.
Yeah.
Which Reaper Crew, that's when people start to squeeze the ball a little bit longer. So when they start squeezing the ball longer, that causes them to lose their focus in the match.
Yeah, Miguel Carrion right now saying, and I don't think he's talking about the movie, but he's talking about potentially seeing dead presidents, and that president being Leo Getz. So Leo needs to get this 7 pin.
Yeah, he needs to do something because this will be his 4th open if he doesn't pick this up. He's allowing Reaper Crew on the second team handicap to stay in the match, and he picks it up. So that was the pick. Then now he's clapping for his president, but that was necessary. I would give him a clap too.
Right there, he can breathe right there.
They said Leo was about to get replaced. That's what I heard.
Yeah. And La Corazon is intact in terms of Leo, because I'm pretty sure his heart was beating a little bit by him grazing that 7 pin.
Yeah, I know he had to. Did he leave his eyes open that time to pick that 7 pin up?
And Miguel right now carrying on So we're only with one time with one blemish so far in this game, that being the fourth frame. He gets
split.
back on the train. Spare for Miguel, as well as double, open, and now triple.
The question at this point is, what will Leo be able to do? Can Leo get it together, or will he need to tag out? Okay, Flip Chuck done lost his focus now. He didn't throw that ball with any authority.
No, he didn't.
He needs to get a clue again and step it up. At this point, there's no excuses. You either come to bowl or you don't.
Yep. And you know what? I notice now he's actually hitting the ball, giving the ball a little life. But now that you're giving the ball a little life, you have to adjust to the new life you have in your hand.
And right now, the lanes are also transitional on his side. So he's going to have to make the adjustments on his own because he's only him on the left side.
Yep. Great hand motion at the bottom of the ball shows me that the hand motion is not the problem. Now it's all about moving the feet.
Right.
The eyes and everything in the hand is good. Now you got to make that move with your feet and then keep going and keep rolling because they are going to need you.
I think the main thing for Flip Chuck is that he has to keep his speed up. Right now, he doesn't keep his speed up. That's when his balls start going haywire. Let's see what Joe does. Joe leads this to 7-pin, but he's throwing the ball a whole lot better.
Yes.
He's throwing the ball a whole lot better. So the question now is, can he finish it out from the 9th and 10th frame? Right now, he has to pick this spare up, the 7-pin. Let's see what Mr. Melendez does,
That's
the
right.
two-handed bowler. And
Sergio
he
keeps going. Sergio
with the strike. He has a double. Sergio said he don't care who's out there.
It must have been the mozzarella bites that he had earlier on. And Joe all over that 7-pin. Joe would have loved that to be 4 in a row right there. That would have definitely helped him climb a little closer.
Yeah, Joe dropped his speed once again. We expect him to be able to correct that.
Oh, and right now, Leo right now is fishing.
About me now?
Yeah, he's searching right now. Oh, my goodness. And Leo trying to surface change, and he needs to remain confident, and he needs to remain calm and cool. Even though Sergio's doing his thing on the top position and anchor position, Miguel's doing his thing right now, but you want to be the most important part of that sandwich. You don't want to be the sour part of it.
Yeah, you want to be the right meat in the middle.
Hey, and the 10-pin stands up and fights.
At this point, Leo has to pick this spare up. He's been throwing the ball skeptical, but he has to finish now. It's the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th frames. You have to close out.
Yeah.
Right now, he's forcing his two bowlers around him to finish the match for him. I mean, that's not the way you want to be in this kind of game.
Well, it's kind of like those gangster movies, you know. Even though you're not throwing no punches, you got your two guys, you know, ready to put the black forces on or the Tims on and go to work.
Well, in this match, you want to at least use the jab to keep some distance until you can get your second winners in boxing.
Let's see what the bodyguards of Leo right now
That's right.
keep doing. Let's see if Miguel and Sergio can keep doing the dirty work for Leo. And that right there was almost a dirty result.
Yes. Miguel is an outstanding bowler. I don't know how he's still so-called a cruiserweight belt list bowler, but he's a very good bowler. This is why I say we need a light heavyweight division in the belt WCA's belts, championship belt list.
Let's see what Flip Chuck does.
And leads the 7-pin.
And just like on the back of his jersey, if he keeps having frames that he doesn't like, he is about to flip out.
Well, if he flip out, I'm gone.
Oh, yep, that's right. And that spare is gone right there. Miguel covering, and with the exception of one frame, remains clean, hopes to remain clean for the duration of this game, that being game 2.
They need to start striking out the rest of the way, and they need Latino Allstars to get a couple of opens.
Indeed.
It's not happening, but that's what they need.
All right, 7-pin out, 7-pin taken care of.
At least they're giving themselves a fighting chance.
Yes.
They're down by 77 sticks. That's a lot in the 9th and 10th frame, but anything is possible.
Yes. And it's all about overall also in the end. But you also want to win games as well.
In the playoffs, you need at least 2 guys to bowl above and beyond, and at least 1 guy to hold their own. You don't need people who are going to bowl below their average.
No, you do not.
You don't need the minuses.
If there's ever a time to show up, time is now.
That is correct.
What's Joe going to do here?
And Joe comes back with a strike.
It's the eugenics crowd. That's it, man. It's the eugenics crowd. You look out for one another. You may know, Jesse. You can be quiet.
And you know what? Sergio right there still sticking with it. And he's right.
Yeah, man. Always. Still doing it.
Yeah, shout out to the youngsters.
We might have to
youngsters like me calling
give
matches.
Joe a drug test after this.
It's going to hurt after this, but I don't care.
And he's sipping that water. We're going to have to test that water.
Yeah, we have to
like
test that water, baby.
It's not water. It's vodka.
There you go.
That's the secret. The IVs are
Well, you know, half of a W is a V anyway. And speaking of V's, a victory will be, well, very thing that Leo wants to get, but he needs to get it together.
Yes, Leo needs a strike here just to get something, a nice setup for the 10th frame. We don't need, I'm sorry, Latino Allstars does not need the sounds of the UBA.
Yeah, it's one sound, and that is one pin that remains right there for Joe Hammers.
Well, it looks like Joe does not have a clue at this point. He's hurting his team. The only good thing is that he's bowling against Chico Flo.
Well, he was definitely hurting him the first one. He's the only good thing is that he's bowling better than what he did before. And big thing is he's bowling better than the president. And the president right now is the one
For Latino Allstars.
They may have to call Americo.
Yes, it's called Chico Flo.
Yeah, medical. You need a doctor.
Yeah.
Someone needs a doctor. And it's not good when you're pacing potential 150.
At this point, what Chico needs, what Leo needs to do is he needs to make sure that he picks up those 2 pins. You don't leave food on the table. You don't go for it all. Oh, you only pick up 1.
Ay, diablo.
I'm just trying to figure out how we can help him with his confidence.
And
Sometimes he's going to be the smallest thing that gets you back on track.
Yeah, chaos.
Yeah, the president of Latino Allstars has 129 going through the 9th frame. What would you say to him?
I say, ¿qué hace? What happened? What happened, man?
Well, at this point, I might consider doing a substitute for the last game to make sure that your team doesn't get allowed to come close.
And you got to take advantage of this. And I know Flip Chuck, he's not moving his feet, and he's trying to force the issue from the same spot with his feet. You got to make that move with your feet. And you're keeping Miguel comfortable.
Yes, I always believe you slam the door shut. You don't give a guy an opportunity to get close.
Yo, Dougie just thinks surprise
And right now, let's see if Flip Chuck right now can make this baby, and hopefully the baby will grow into opportunity. And right now, you know what? You create a baby, baby has a chance to grow up and be something, and that something could be a chance.
Uh-oh. That might be his new name, Chance.
Oh, no, there's already a chance. What up, Phil? Phil Chance.
Shout out to Phil Chance.
What up, baby? Doing good, JJ. Nothing much. We just checking out Reaper Crew over here versus Latino Allstars. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué fue? How you doing, man?
Good.
I see you over here rocking the shirt. Got a little bit of the taco meat out, man. So, who do you like so far in this match?
I like the Latino Allstars. I was watching on YouTube before I came out here.
Oh,
I think like Simon had like front 7.
Joe throws the strike in the
I forgot
first.
the other guy's name that's on scratch at the bottom.
Simon. There was Robbie Shine.
Rob Shine. He does it really good. He had like front 7 or something.
Yes, he did. Yeah, but the story over here. Latino All-Star so far took all the pairs. Sergio right now doing his thing, even though he didn't like that ball, but he got a good result.
Got 78 out.
Yeah, and he's definitely holding up the president. Ain't that right, Malachi? He holding President up.
I think Latino Allstars should make a change for their president.
Yeah.
Just you see, you have a bleeding man, you got to take him out.
You know, Michael Jackson said it's all about the man in the mirror.
That's right.
Yeah,
You got to be willing to look in the mirror and admit that he's not bowling well.
Yeah, if you're not going to change your ways, change your lineup.
That's right. Looks like Joe done got himself together. He can go out with a 234. If you notice, he's keeping his speed up, and it's making a difference. Sergio is committing Sergio on Sergio. On
Yes,
Joe.
he is.
Poor Joe. I wouldn't want to be in this match.
Yeah. It's like training day. He said, you know, he's surgical with this.
Hernandez is about, if he throw this ball, he'd go out with a 278. That's a heck of a second game.
Yeah. Oh.
Poor guy, 233. That's respectable.
Yes, it is.
Joe did much better this second game than I thought he was.
Shout out to Joe Lamp right there. He tried, but Sergio said, you know what?
I'm going to slam that door shut.
That's right. Surgical
278
slam.
for you.
That's right.
He said he got to pick up the president.
Yeah, SM, Sergio Melendez, also standing for so much strikes in one game. 11 strikes, 1 spare, 278. Yo, Sergio, how you feeling after that?
Feeling pretty good, brother. I'm feeling pretty good. Some mozzarella bites, I'm telling you.
Mozzarella bites.
It's going crazy.
North Brunswick right here with the mozzarella bites.
Delicious, delicious. Get you some.
There you go. You definitely got you some right here. You got 11 or something.
Yeah, I got 11 or something.
They ain't doing advertisements out here. All right, Sergio, let me ask you a question. I know he's your team president, but he's having a hard time today. What would you say to him, or would you go just move to a different bowler? I know he's the president, so he ain't gonna do nothing to you. I can guarantee you that. But sometimes, in the last game, you need to have confidence in your teammates, right?
For sure, absolutely, absolutely.
So what would you suggest?
Honestly, no disrespect to Leo, great guy, great bowler, but I would definitely replace him. I would definitely replace him.
That's what we were thinking too. Thanks, man. We don't want to get you no more trouble. Right. He said you're going to get the slow check.
Yeah, well,
you heard it from Latino Allstars himself. I was sub too.
Well, you have the room to make the change.
The question is, do we have a capable bowler that can go up there and bowl?
And the answer is yes, yes, and yes.
Well,
There's a lot of yeses back here.
I don't see it.
It's a pick. Well, I definitely, knowing the team, they got a lot of different options. But, let's see what they decide, because it's all about choices and what choices
watch him
you
throw
make.
3 strikes in a row. See, that's 2. Now all of a sudden he got a clue.
He had a clue, and he changed to something. It looked like an old reliable piece that he picked out. Sometimes you got to go to Old Faithful. Sometimes it's your bottom one that always got your back from day one.
In this house, I think an old ball would do well in this house.
Hey, they say you can't teach an old ball new tricks, but actually that applies great to bowling, because you can't teach new tricks, because the old tricks is what got you many victories.
That is correct, especially since Hammers is having just as bad of a time as well.
Yeah. Putting the hammer to his own head right now. And unfortunately, a 167 finish for Joe Hammers.
Are you serious? He threw 3 strikes in a row.
And he knew what he was doing on each shot.
At least he looked like it.
Yeah, I told you the best way to make those spares is to not leave them.
Leo! Come here, Leo.
I've known you a long time, brother, but Malachi got some questions.
Yeah, I got some questions for you, bro. What did you do differently in the 10th frame? Because I'm going to tell you something. I can't curse on this thing, but you was bowling, you know what. What did you do different in the 10th frame? Did you make a ball change?
I made a ball change.
I saw that. Old Faithful.
What are you using?
I'm using a, what do you call that ball? It's an Old Faithful, it's a Legend.
There we go. What's the Legend?
Legend is a Diamond Legend.
Okay, so that's
That's old school ball.
Yep. Ballpark Lanes, baby.
Ballpark Lanes.
So you just use your same line?
New York.
Did you use the same line?
No.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. We
That
had to
ball
make
will
a
not move.
whole 360.
That ball will not move.
That ball will not move. So I'm playing.
Miguel said he was going to take you out of lineup if you didn't bowl well. What's going on now? You think you're ready to stay in?
Let me ask you a question. Who's the owner of the team?
Doesn't matter. Just the
No,
playoff.
that matters.
You see, you get your ego out of it.
Ego is awesome, but at the end of the day,
No.
I'm not coming out.
That's right. And you know what? If you add a G, it's egos. And right now, it's breakfast time. You ready to eat?
Listen, you a bowler, right?
Yeah.
How hard?
I'm an owner too, so I know what you're saying.
How hard it is to come in off the bench, all cold, and just you gotta be very good.
Well, if you had wiped out in that 10 frame, you wouldn't be talking like this.
No, I would have took myself out.
Spoken like a true president right there.
Man, go ahead. At least I know you honest. There you go.
All right, well, after Leo throws
We saw that.
You know what we call that. Those are re-entry shots. This ain't a tournament. Those are re-entry shots right
you
there.
have a very good look that time.
Very good.
So now I'm anxious to see what you're going to do. Even though your team is winning, it's always about the team, not the one man. So
All I can tell you is if there was an 8 split on that frame, I'm coming out.
well, you clearly didn't have that. And your ball went long enough, so good job, man.
Very good, and that's the final result over here. And with Miguel and Sergio putting in work, 278 on the top, 232 on the bottom to help out that 159 in the middle. They will take this game as well as the first game.
729 to 598. This is a massacre.
My man said, I would have took myself out.
He said I would have took myself out. Come on, man.
Taking a look over here at the conclusion of game number 2 for Scratch. Robbie Shine there converting his spare. Let's see if we can get a split conversion over here. Gets the ball out. And wow, big spare conversion, big split right there. And right there, Nichols picking up loose change on that split conversion. For those who can't see, leadoff bowler. And that was, yes, Bob Dale Sr. Bob Dale still has a story to tell. And they said, what was that lefty carry going to look like? The shot is not changing. He's the only lefty on the pair, and he shot 279. 174, 278. We had 174 in the middle, and looking like a potential 209. Yep.
And now Mr. Nichols has an opportunity to go out with a 219.
Yep. Robbie Shine right there.
234.
Yep, 10 pins down from what he shot the last game. 244 last game, 234 this one.
It looks like here Latino Allstars struggled this second game. Now, they won the first game by how many pins? To 50-something?
Yes.
They're still up, but they're only up by maybe like 20-something sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So going into this last game, it could be any person's game for the scratch pair.
All things are possible.
That is correct. But Latino Allstars won on the first and second team handicap, so they're pretty much increasing their lead.
And it's all about how many pins do we get all together. That right there is the big money. The big money is the wood. The wood always can tip the scales in your favor, especially when there's opportunity. And where there's a chance, there's a way.
Reaper Crew on the second team on the scratch pair won by 37 sticks, so it's very close.
Close indeed. And we saw how close the last match was with the other two teams that participated. You do not want to give the other team a fighting chance.
One thing's for sure, Bob Dale came to bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, can Angel match the energy that Bob Dale's putting out?
Yeah.
Right now, he's not doing it, and he's getting worse.
Yeah. Well, Bob Dale actually shot the 278 right there.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about Angel. Angel's
yes.
getting worse.
Yeah, and the result was Latino All-Stars losing
They
that
lost
second
that
game.
That's right. They're making Bobby Shine and Simon have to bowl exceptionally well.
Yeah.
This is a team effort. It can't be left to one man.
And right now we're taking a look over at handicap pair number 1. Can you tell us who we got over here on handicap pair number 1, Mr. Moore?
Right now, looks like Mark, what's his last name?
I'll take this one. I like this. Mark Texidor. We got Joey Pagan in the second position. And we got Dylan Kowaleski right there, Bronx right there representing. And then we got
Sledgemeyer?
Yes, Sledgemeyer himself. Patrick Sledgemeyer for Reaper Crew and Nicky Fiore. And we have Michael E. Morris.
Well, right now, that's for Latino All-Star. The question is, they're in the 10th frame. Can they finish?
Well, former welterweight champion up and leaving a 4-pin. And that looks like a 182 finish
182
for the former Northeast welterweight champion, Joe Pagan.
Now, the thing is, that's Flip Chuck's son. So they made a change in the second game for Reaper Crew, which was a major change. Yeah, for Nick. Yeah, for Nick. Fiore's not in there.
Okay.
It's Flip Chuck's son. So Flip Chuck's son actually came in and bowled much better. And he went out with a 200 on the nose.
Yeah, lefty lineage, and right there, a lot more power come from the son, and 200 on the nose. And it's tight right here in the middle, right here, in handicap pair number 1.
Now, the question is, can...
Oh, Mike. Oh wait, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Can
Mike.
Dylan go out with strikes? He has to strike the rest of the way out in order to give Latino All-Stars an opportunity to win on the first team handicap.
Yep.
All right. Mr. Morris has to strike out just to give his team a chance at win. If he throws a spare, if he throws a 9 count or whatever, he left a 9 count, they're not going to be able to win.
Well, and he called out a 9 count, and he left the 4 right there.
That's right.
Dylan
It's not over because Dylan has to throw a strike. His team is down right now. They can only add 50 points, so it's going to be quite interesting. Reaper Crew, not only does Mr. Morris has to pick this up, but he has to throw a strike the next game just to shut out Latino All-Stars on the first team handicap from winning the match.
Yeah, Kowaleski's a betting man, always bets on himself, and you can bet that he wants to throw a good shot, and he does throw a good shot, but does not get the
So
result that he
Reaper
would
Crew
like.
won this match. Won not the match. They won the game on first team handicap. Now you want to keep the game close just for totals.
Oh, indeed. That's exactly what you want to do.
Sometimes guys forget that and they get tight. They get upset because they didn't throw a strike when they needed to, and that takes them from winning the match.
And oh no.
Oh my goodness, he ought to be glad he didn't need that. He didn't need it this game, but
Well, you
it
need
goes
it overall.
towards total. It goes towards totals, exactly.
Yeah, especially when your president shot 150 already.
Oh my goodness.
They got to make up for that. And if I know Dylan's not going to like that. And Dylan's another one of those guys that when it gets a little ticked off, he throws a lot more
And
strikes
Mr.
than he
Morris
needs.
shoots a 248 for the last game.
Yep.
Looks like Reaper Crew took the second game by 28 sticks. This is a very good matchup here. No, 18 sticks. I'm sorry, 18 sticks.
Yes, it is. That was a 661 to 633 on that one. And we're going to the scratch pair right now, and we are focused on Bob Dale. And I'm telling you right now, as the left side remains a nice path to success right now. The left is in his sights. Bob Dale coming off a 278 game 1, and he shot, I believe, 250 the first game.
Yes. The question now is, can he lead his team to the promised land?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do it because the other two bowlers are strong. Dave Saban hasn't really had a strong look the whole match.
Yeah.
And Simon comes back with a strike. They're coming back with a vengeance after messing up the second game. Robbie Shaw ended the first game with a double.
1 or 2. And ain't no telling what's going to happen on that scratch pair. But right now, we're going to look back at handicap pair number 1. And this is game number 3. And every pair matters. Every pair right now is keeping it close. Let's see what happens here with handicap pair number 1. Let's see what the MVP has to say.
He ain't saying much. First of all, he's throwing the ball completely out early, which is guaranteed to bring his ball back into the pocket in his win jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, Sledgemeyer, his ball slammed down like a sledgehammer. Unfortunately, the hammer didn't hit all 10 down.
No, I thought his name was Thorn.
Oh, no, that's Patrick right there.
I'm gonna call him Thor.
Oh, you thought it was Thor?
Yeah, I thought it was Thor, but the way he threw the ball.
Well, if he starts striking, then maybe we'll call him Thor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And let's see what Joey Crack has. Crack through the face.
Well, it looks like he put too much hand in the ball.
Yeah.
He's making the ball hook early, whereas this is the third game.
Yeah.
You're trying to put less hand in the ball, not more.
And with the replacement, that being, well, he says the real Flip Chuck. Let's see, Flip Chuck Jr.
Him and his father are lefties, so, and they're making a difference at this point.
Yeah, that's right.
Flip Chuck Jr. looks good on this shot here.
There you go.
It might be what Reaper Crew, if they allow themselves, if they have an outstanding game on two pairs, they might be able to get back in this match and either force a tie or win the match.
Well, Flip Chuck bringing that high intense, high impact strike. He has the speed, he has the side, he has the hand, he has the rotation, he's got the right piece, and he could cause a real problem. And if there's no solution for that, then dare I say the Reapers could maybe cause an execution.
Yes,
for
on
Latino
themselves.
Allstars.
On themselves, they might see themselves out the door.
No, they may not see themselves out the door if
That's
Flip
right.
Chuck keeps doing themselves.
They might be flipping out. Uh-oh. Mr. Mars just threw a split here. Now, even though it's the first frame, this is where you want to throw the split at.
You're right. I agree with that. It's not about how you start.
It's how you finish.
But he would like to make this spare there
Yes.
to send a message, though.
I mean, it's going to be kind of hard. He would have to throw it as if he's going off the board towards the 7-pin. Being a lefty, that's even harder. Is that how you would pick it up?
That's exactly how I'll pick it up, and let's see if he agrees with that. And
Almost.
almost.
That's hard. I forgot he's a righty.
Yeah. But shout out to all the lefties. We love the lefties too.
No, we don't.
Except when we bowl them.
Exactly.
And let's see what Dylan does. Dylan right now kicking himself. He would have liked to do that at the end and the conclusion of game number 1 in the 10th frame. Always a pleasure. Mark Texador, one half of the Northeast Tag Team Champions. Dare I say, the only 4-time tag team champions in the division.
Yeah, those guys are very good. I don't know how their averages are still down, but hey, what can I say?
Hey, you know, hey, everyone, hey, we all struggle. I know Mark, and hey,
Those guys bowl very well. I'm
Yes.
just going to leave it at that.
they show up when they need to, and sometimes they don't. Trust me, I know. I go through the same thing, and the MVP right now looking to pick it up. Potential 290 finish. If you know the MVP needs to be the most valuable player.
He's
Oh,
gonna-
wait a minute. Wait, come.
Plastic ball.
Plastic ball?
Absolutely, sir.
That sounds like something the brain would do.
Hey, you gotta do something crazy.
Do something crazy, right?
You got to remain under control. Anything can happen. Dave Saban didn't seem to have a good look on that shot. Let's see what Robbie Shine does on the scratch pair. I know.
Flip Chuck.
Flip Chuck Jr. leads the 7-pin, but he seems to have a good shot
Yeah.
into the pocket. It just came up a little bit high on the head pin.
Yeah. Sure and steady game right there. Attacking the pocket.
Yes.
He's only focused on 9 and better. That ball took a little trip, but it did come back. And Pagan takes out and makes his spare.
All right, so let's project this a little bit. We're not gonna say who wins the match.
And we got a 7-pin spare.
Oh, that must be his Achilles heel. All right, so going down this match, let's see what Mars does. Mars needs a strike here just to get back on the track because you don't want to fall behind and still keep trying to play catch up in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
Let's say Reaper Crew is able to win on all 3 pairs and make this draw this match even closer.
Yeah.
If they have to do a roll-off, what are your thoughts?
Well, that will be the second roll-off of the day for Latino All-Stars. So then you have to question maybe fatigue, not only physically but mentally. You know, that's a lot of stress on you. And he's stressing after going high and leaving that 6 count right there, leaving the 3, 6, 9, 10.
Right. That's Mars from Reaper Crew.
Yeah, did Morris from River Cool. Latino All-Stars, for them to win 2 roll-offs in one day, that's something to definitely celebrate. But also, if you end up being in another roll-off that you didn't have to be in, then that also calls into question team meeting and what needs to happen moving forward in the future.
And then would that make you, do you believe that would make them both tighter or looser? Because then Reaper Crew at that point has nothing to lose.
Well, it's all about how you respond to pressure. Pressure can either bust a pipe open, but pressure can also create diamonds or it can crush coal.
Very good. Look at you.
Oh, yeah, I got a brain too. Let's see if we got diamond creators or coal miners up here on the lanes.
That's right. Coal miners to me means that you have potential, but you still didn't close the deal.
And you're willing to put in the work.
Yes.
But that shot did not work for Mr. Texador.
Yes, that's true. Mr. Texador, he had the first 2 strikes, leaves a 7 count. Do you think he has anything to worry about, or he just lost his focus that time?
Maybe lost a little focus and everything. And when you lose focus, you can make mistakes. But what's not going to make a mistake right there in terms of Patrick right now, Patrick being a star, with that plastic ball going sure and steady up the right. A lot of the old school bowlers watching, they reminisce on when all you had was plastic and potentially resin. Not a lot of chances to make mistakes, and you just actually rely on your ball roll.
I wonder if they'll ever bring back rubber bowling balls.
Well, you know what? Maybe they'll bounce back. And that bounce back right there.
That lefty guy, he's starting to show off now. He said, "I told you."
He said, "I told you." He said what he said.
Look, he's making their team is making a move. So.
And it looks like Flip Chuck got eyes in the back of his head. I see you.
He got itchy ears.
He said when you in a situation, you got to watch your own back. That's why he's rocking the sunglasses on the back of the cap.
Uh-oh.
Took a trip to the other side.
Now, what's his name? Joey Crack.
Yeah, Joey Crack.
Joey Crack is not bowling like he wants to throw the ball and get striped.
Yeah,
right
Crack
now.
needs to throw the rock.
Yes. He needs to do a little bit better in order to ensure that his team wins.
Yeah, Joey Crack being a terror to his own squad, and not in a good way. Let's see what Pagan does right here, leaving
Yes.
right here the 9-pin.
Nothing is guaranteed, so he has to pick this spare up.
All right. Well, slow and steady with his plastic ball. Very strenuous situation. It's getting tight. Every single frame matters, and it's almost closing time. But who's it going to be closing time for? Let's see if we can close this frame.
It looks like Mr. Mars leaves a 9 count again. That can affect your confidence as you continue to go on in the match.
You're right.
Question is, at this moment, can Dylan actually throw a strike here? If he throws a strike here, that puts Latino Allstars in a nice, comfortable position. They don't have any opens at all.
Not at all. And you want to close as many frames as possible.
Yes, and you want to have as many strikes as possible.
Yes,
of course.
yes, you definitely want
but
that.
if you can get them 3 in a row, that's even better.
We got 2 spares in a row right there for Mr. Morrison right there.
Yeah, but you don't have any strikes.
He don't have any strikes as of yet. Hopefully he finds something.
That's
he needs to
right.
reach in his pocket and find something.
He better find a clue.
Yeah. Or they're going to give your homegirl Irene a call.
They're going to be saying night-night early.
Yeah, they better say, well, they need to say wake up to themselves.
That's right. They're going to be saying sleepy time.
Yeah.
Remember how your parents used to put down infants early?
Yeah,
Look like Reaper Crew on this pair might be leaving the game early.
Yeah. Whoa, got a little James Brown on that 5-pin. It spun a couple times. And as Reaper Crew is trying to avoid sleep, Latino All-Stars is trying to provide that melatonin.
That's right.
Mark Texador up, 2 strikes, had a 7 spare. Let's see if he gets that ball up the lane a little more. And he definitely does.
That's an important strike after he leaves a 7 count. At least it shows that his focus is still there.
And he's got that power lob.
Yes, they're not giving Reaper Crew even a smidgen of an opportunity to get back in this match.
They don't want to. They don't need to. Let's see what the plastic. Right now, MVP stands for most valuable plastic right now.
I want to see what he can do the rest of this match. Well, he left an 8 count.
Okay, well, he's not going to miss the pocket, but he needs to get through the pocket.
Right, it went a little deep into the pocket. That's the reason why I left the 2 count.
And I actually like that decision right there to go with something that, well, honestly, is the only thing you can trust. You want to focus on what is your best possible option. It's all about probability. The probability of you hitting the pocket, and if you don't strike, you know, maybe you'll leave something makeable. You don't want to strike, make a mistake, and leave a split. He's going with the probability.
Well, at this point, you have to have a lot of rev in order to use a plastic ball in a match like this. So he's making what would be a rubber bowling ball look like an outstanding ball with the plastic. So he's bowling extremely well. So I can't complain with his decision to use a plastic ball.
Yeah.
And it's not affecting his teammates.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all about the team in the end. And right now, Pagan contributing to the team on handicap pair number 1, closing out frames. And let's see if Flip Chuck can get another standing ovation if he makes another 7-pin.
Must be a hard shot for him.
Every spear is easy until you miss it.
Until you're faced with having to have to pick it up.
Let's see if he can pick up the pieces. And
Picks it up again.
Yeah, and it held on just for one more board. And that looked like it was a mile away for him, but it held on just for one more roll.
Yeah, Flip Chuck said, "Oh, thank the Lord."
Yeah, he almost said, "Oh, flip." He almost flipped up. He was gonna flip out if he would have missed that.
He's about to flip out. That's right. This match is getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
It's becoming, you know that song, Against All Odds?
Yeah.
Looks like Reaper Crew might not be able to make it. Latino Allstars looks like they're going to move on to the next round.
Well, all provided as long as they keep their foot on the gas. And Dylan, like I said, Dylan did not like missing that 10-pin. And I've known Dylan. I've been on the lanes with him. When he gets a little hot, he gets quiet.
When did he miss the 10th?
A 10th frame.
Oh, in the 10th frame last game. Okay, I got you.
He missed it to lose.
Okay.
And he did not like that. And I said, once that happened.
In all fairness, they didn't have a chance at winning that game.
Well, but they didn't want to leave anything on the table.
That's true.
And he left food on the table.
What he could have did was he could have brought the pin count down, but you're right.
Oh, yeah. Right now, he's trying to take all this game. Let's see if the 10-pin is kind right here to Mr. Morris, the same way the 7-pin as thus far has been kind for Flip Chuck.
For Chuck, yeah. Uh-oh.
And
whoopsie. Drive-by.
Yeah, the name is El Gordo on the back of his jersey, but unfortunately, his ball did not swell up and it did not take out the 10-pin.
It sure ain't acting like El Gordo to me.
Nope. And El Gordo could mean fat chance if they keep on. Yeah, well, that's what it translates to. It could mean fat chance if they don't get it together.
Look at you translating Spanish. Okay.
I say the Lower East Side. The Delancey Street Poppy, Lower East Side. And let's see, coming from the left side is Texador. Texador might have to put on a tuxedo, put on a bow tie. He might have a fancy date and a date with the next round of the playoffs.
Uh-oh.
And that's the only date he would have, a happily married man.
That's true. He's a good guy.
Yes, he is. Always has been. Silent but deadly. But he definitely don't stink when it comes to bowling. And right there, that shot did not stink right there. Most valuable plastic. He's doing his thing right now. Yo, Patrick, most valuable plastic.
Nah, most valuable plastic is right, goddammit.
Soft-spoken guy.
I'd like to thank my pro shop, Nick Fiore.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Shout out to him.
That's right.
Shout out to Nick Fury in the pro shop.
Oh, and speaking of Fury, I would be furious after leaving right there. Wide open leg right there, 46, 4-6.
Flip Chuck Jr. throws another strike.
And that ball flipped back because he put a lot more fingers in that one. He actually slowed his feet down, got a lot smoother on the shot,
Yes.
stayed down, got a nice look at it.
Right now, Latino All-Star need to slam that door shut and don't even open it back up anymore.
Teddy Pendergrass,
Yes, turn off the lights.
and close the door too, right?
That's right, because you sure ain't getting cozy.
Not really a high probability of making this. You want to just at least get something, and he does get
And he
something.
Only problem with that is he hasn't thrown a strike yet in this game.
Well,
Even though spares win games,
Yeah.
Joey Crack needs to throw a strike between now and the end of this game just to put his team out as much as possible so that there's not a chance that the other team can come back.
yeah, all respect, to Joe Pagan, and not that he cannot strike, and not that he's not a good bowler. He's not really known for the strikes, but he will close frames. He's a former welterweight champion, and welterweights have a way of showing up at times where you don't expect them to. They would like for him to show up a little more now, but he's been closing frames, so he's doing the job that he can do. If he gets a double in there, here and there, then he will do more, and that's the double that Dylan did not want to see.
Oh my goodness.
Double trouble.
Well, the good thing is they're up by a lot, and if Latino All-Stars can close the game out easily, they'll finish this matchup real good.
Yeah, all they got to do, like I said, keep the foot on the gas, do not lose speed, and do not lose momentum. Dylan does have the power to take this out.
So what would be your plan of attack on the 7th?
He's gonna attack the 10.
He didn't throw it real hard. I would try to do is bang it off the wall and let it slide over.
There you go. Yeah, I've done plenty of that.
That's what Dylan tried to do, but you really have to hit it a certain way, as if it's going through the 6 pin and just touching on the outside, the left side of the 10 pin, to hit it off the wall and let it come back over. But you got to hit it hard enough. You got to throw the ball hard enough to make sure that it hits the wall hard enough so it can bounce back over.
Yeah, it's all about the push.
Oftentimes, it's easier said than done.
And you know what? Say no more about anything being left on the table right there. Potential 277 finish, provided that Mark Texador goes sheet, as they say.
Mark Texador has a very good look. I see why Latino All-Stars are the champions.
Yes.
Question is, can they even be defeated today?
And pitch that one inside. A lot of miss room when you're throwing on plastic in terms of standing right and accidentally missing inside. It's not like it's going to flip. And that's why that is the MVP, the most valuable plastic at this moment in time.
That is correct.
Let's see if Pagan can get his first strike right now. Joey Crack.
Come on, Joey Crack.
Looking to crack the no-strike streak.
And he
cracks
throws
it.
his first ball.
That's
first
right.
strike.
Yeah, Crack is smoking now.
Crack is whack.
That shot wasn't.
And Flip Chuck Jr. comes back with a strike himself. So
And that is a double, the first double right there for the real Flip Chuck, as it says on the back of his on his jersey.
That's true. That's Junior. So we always got to give Senior his props.
Oh, definitely.
But Junior looks very strong today in this match. And mind you, he was a sub for this match.
Sub might be a touchy subject. I might want to watch that S word.
I'm like, yo.
That might be a dirty word. Sub
That's
might
right.
be a dirty word.
Nobody who's bowling wants to hear that, but unfortunately, it is necessary.
And I'm not throwing subs. I'm just saying what I see. And
You said what you said.
I said what I said, and so did El Gordo right there.
Ed Garlow came back with a strike.
There you go, right there.
Hopefully, it's not too little, too late.
Exactly.
Let's see what Dylan can do on this ball right here. See if he's going to hang himself. Oh, he throws a strike. Wasn't pretty, but it'll work.
Well, yeah, he definitely wanted to. He got a deeper angle in on that. But the one thing about that is, yeah, you can get the drive, you can take out all the pins, but a hair of a mistake, once you're softening it up, it could flip, and then it's a thin line between strike and face.
That's right. Now we're going into the 7th frame on the first team handicap. Question is, who's going to finish strong?
Oh, and that comes back. And if I know Mark is starting to feel very comfortable right now. And I've seen that look in his face before. Man, full of emotion in his face. kind of like the Latino Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like the Michael Jordan of his,
Oh, and
that'll be it.
yeah.
That's about it.
Most valuable plastic turns to most very painful.
And we might as well say goodnight, Irene. This match is over.
Oh, well, it looks like Latino Allstars is trying to make that bet up.
Yes, they Latino Allstars trying to send a message for their next matchup.
Yeah, they're trying to say it's time for siesta, está durmiendo.
Yeah,
They
what
put
he
him
said.
asleep. Oh, and Pagan almost had his first double right there.
He just had his first strike the last frame.
Yeah, he was trying to get his first double.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, the way Latino All-Stars is showing up, they're saying no más jugar. They're saying no more playing.
And Reaper Cruz saying no mas, no mas.
Oh, there you go. Oh, look at you, Roberto Duran. But you know what? Flip Chuck says, I don't want to leave yet, and just in case y'all want to trip, I'll be right there to flip.
Well, they need to do something. Might be a little bit too little, too late.
Well, let's see what Mr. Morris and Flip Chuck can keep doing on the bottom. So we saw, Pagan almost with a drive-by, almost leaving his second open, and he clutches his chest a little bit, clutches the pearls, but he can breathe. He made it. You don't have to hit it hard. You just gotta touch it enough that it falls off. Hopefully Morris doesn't fall off. Right now he's struck in his previous frame. Let's see if he can turn this single into a double. He gets that ball out. And the pins almost saved him, but they didn't save him enough there.
Sometimes people need a hug. I don't know what to think about this matchup
Well,
here.
you can't hug him right now, you're working.
Well, no, I'm not giving nobody no hug, but his teammates might give him a hug.
Mr. Kowaleski right now, Dylan. And just like I said, thin line between strike and face.
Yeah, but did you notice that it seemed like he's getting tired? He's not putting anything into the ball.
Yeah. Well, last shot he pushed too far, looked at 7-10. So he might be overthinking now every single shot.
Yeah, that's
Trying
true.
to avoid a 7-10, you're going to keep having FaceTime and not of the phone call nature.
Yeah, that's true.
So one of those makeable, missable situations. High probability of making the spare, low probability, but still a probability of chopping. Let's see what happens here.
Well, Latino All-Stars has this game in hand. They're up by, 60 or 58 sticks. I don't think that they're crying about anything.
Well, yeah. And in hand is a good way to say it, because you can hold a drink in hand, but you could drop a drink too. Hopefully they keep it in hand and don't drop it. We saw last match for exit wounds. They had the cup in the hand, but a couple times it was their fingertips and it wasn't a full grip.
Right, exactly.
Let's see if most valuable plastic can get a grip, and he gets it back. The ball grips just enough just to tickle the pocket and spread out and take everything out. Let's see if Texador can keep on the strike train.
Well, let's see if Mr. Texador can slam the door shut. He does this here, throw the strike here, it's over. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that ball hung up on his thumb right there.
Well, yeah, I saw that. And that's gonna be a pretty hard strike spare to pick up.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
3 on one side and 1 on the other.
Yeah. And for spares like this, especially when you're leaving the lefty version of a 2-4-8-10, you have to almost miss it to make it. Now, do you take that chance? Let's see what Mark does. And he makes it.
He picked that up.
And like I said, you have to almost miss it to make it, and that is exactly what he did. Oh, good shot, Mark. Looking like ballpark right there. So that was a great response. So what almost was a catastrophic situation for Mark's score and for the total score. And he says, you know what? Unfortunately, I got 6, but you know what? I stayed in the fight and I picked up everything, and we're still in the fight, and we're still winning the fight. Now we got to finish the fight. Let's see what Mr. Morris has on the bottom right there. El Gordo right now trying to give it a chance. That shot's tight.
And it's a good shot, though.
Yep, hit him like watch him fight.
Yeah, yes. He's hitting the body. He hit the body, the hand will fall.
That's right.
But you need, unfortunately, Reaper Crew needs on every pair, everybody to fall.
10-pin didn't fall.
No, it didn't.
Now, he almost missed his last 10-pin. He quietly pushed the 10-pin off the edge of the building.
On odds, what do you think he's going to do? Say it before he throws it. You think he's going to pick it up or he's going to let it whiff?
Wait, who got a 5-pin? Oh, well, let's say you said what are the odds? Well,
Yeah.
usually when you miss something almost inside, you usually accidentally project. But hopefully he doesn't project and he just pushes.
If he takes a breather and just puts the ball down and lets the ball fly out of his hand like regular, he should be okay. And he should be okay. There you go.
Nope, that's the same way he shot it last time.
He brought his hand across his body ever so slightly.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. All right, and we're going to take a look right now at what's going on over at handicap pair number 2. We're going to see the completion of handicap pair number 2.
All right, let's look here at the handicap 2. Which one are you, Joey?
Hey.
All right, Joey goes out with a 225. Looks like Joey got
He's joking me right now, bro.
Joey got his act together. Good job, Joey.
Got my act together. I just went 234, 235, and 225.
Well, you almost messed it up, so we're not going to talk about that. Way to lead your team on this pair.
I tried.
On this pair. Let's see, but your team is still close. Anything can happen.
Yeah, we can win the game. I don't think we're going to win the match.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see if Joey Hams can at least get a strike on the first ball.
They changed the shot around here. There's no oil in the middle, so a lot of people are struggling. The scores are not that high.
Uh-oh. Joey Hams left a baby out there. You think he wants another one?
He's got to stick it in.
Well,
If he sticks it in, he'll make it.
Okay, in the middle, right?
Maybe he needs practice. He is married. He's got 2 small children, so I don't know if he can stick it in anymore.
well, he needs to make one more.
He said he wants another one.
Want another one?
Yeah, your team needs him to pick this up.
To win the game, yeah.
To win the game, that's all you want to do. You want to walk out of here with some respect.
We won a couple. I think we won 2 or 3 games we won, but they beat us really bad. The first game, they beat us
One
bad.
game on the scratch pair, that's it.
Yep. No, we won the second game here.
That's what I'm saying. It's 2 games. You only won 2 games, not 3.
Well, listen, I'm Italian, so it's very hard for me to count.
It's okay, my
I can
brother.
only count to 10, but I can't add. I just
Well, speaking of counting, I just want to
and
add
I'm
this.
old. So-
I got to add this right now. Latino Allstars is plus 251
Yeah.
on the overall wood.
Oh, my goodness. That's a shame.
As I said, we got
Well, you know what, man? It was nice seeing you.
great to see you.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure, sir.
But it's still tight
Stay
in
alive.
terms. It's still tight in terms of
Don't die, because I'll never
number of
talk to you
points.
again.
in terms
I
of games
swear,
being
I'll
won.
never talk to you again.
Oh, wait a minute.
Joey Flo picks it up. Way to go, Leo. Let's see if Flip Truck can throw a strike there, and he does.
Yeah, and he has 3.
It's 3. He wants to give his team a chance at winning this game here.
And they do have a chance. And a
A
lot.
small chance.
Yeah, but you know what? There is a chance because even though the overall wood is down, it all comes to winning games to make that up, and then and force what would be another roll-off situation if anything catastrophic happens on one
Man,
side.
this is definitely not even close to being a roll-off situation.
Well, last time you said that, it was 22-18. And
No, but I still said there wasn't going to be a roll-off. I said that early, and I wasn't close. Thank you. They won by 300 sticks. Exit Wounds won on 300 sticks on 1 pair.
yeah, and it came down to overall wood, so it all comes down
Yeah,
to
but
overall wood.
whatever.
Oh! And for those who didn't see, Most Valuable Plastic converted a 4.79, and that's going to be big. And we're going to focus here on the last 2 shots of Flip Chuck Sr.
He has 2 more shots left. This one here, leads at 9 pins.
Throws it better.
10 pins. So this match is over. Let's see if Miguel can win the game for his team.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, he needed that one to win this game.
Yeah, he needed that one. So Reaper Crew wins this last game on the second team handicap. It would have been closer had Miguel picked it up, threw a strike on the first ball. And it really doesn't matter. Flip Chuck throws it in the gutter. Come back with a 207. We'd like to thank everyone for watching this match today between Latino Allstars and Reaper Crew. It shows you how balanced some of the teams are, no matter what division you're in. Latino Allstars was made the playoffs and was in the first round, and they came back and beat a team that had a bye in the second until the second round. So it doesn't matter who actually bowls, just matter how you feel when you're bowling.
Yeah, if we get a 9 count here, we end up getting a tie.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where I didn't agree with Flip Chuck missing that
true.
that 7 pin. Every pin matters.
Every pin matters. That's correct.
Especially when you have your middle pair putting in work.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think Miguel's going to throw a strike here? He should, if he focuses.
Well, he has to throw a good shot.
I think he thought he had the game won already. I don't like that ball.
And 1 pin.
He got lucky. They win by 1.
They win by 1 there. Wow, 1 pin. Yo, Miguel, what were you thinking on that last shot?
Not a goddamn thing. We already had this game won.
Yeah, exactly. We said
he
that.
thought he had the game won.
And speaking of games, and speaking of ones, we're going to go over and finish here at Handicap Pair 1. Malachi, tell us what's going on at Handicap number 1.
Oh, it's not even close. Latino Allstars had this game locked up a long time ago as well. Might as well stick a fork in them. It was a good matchup at the beginning.
Yeah, Leo hit 500.
But when you have a bowler that's not performing up to par, it tells on you later on down the line due to total pins. Nothing to hold your head down on. Reaper Crew had a good season. They won their division, but unfortunately they couldn't get past Latino Allstars in the second round of the playoffs. Bob Dale has had an outstanding series. He can go out with a 258 for the last game. He bowled over 700. I wonder what his
He was actually flirting with 8. 58, 78,
and 58 if he goes out this game
right.
too.
Yeah, we're talking about that. And right there,
And look who woke up.
An angel in the air.
Angel himself.
Yeah. Angel coming through
With a 246.
Yeah. Teresa Caída, 3rd round. And Angel shows us what he's made of, and he shows up in the end. Sometimes the last parts of the party are the most fun. And he had a lot of fun, did Bob Dale, and he threw some great games. He showed up.
Bob Dale will push anybody. I'll put my money on Bob Dale any day.
There you go.
Bob Dale is one heck of a bowler.
And he proved that today.
Sometimes you can't do it by yourself, though. I think if Reaper Crew are able to get 2 additions, they make their team even stronger for next year.
Well, they definitely got here, and let's see if they can get a little further come next season. I'm pretty sure they'll make some noise, though, in all the Battle Bowl events.
Make some noise. They're going to make a lot of noise this year.
And right there, getting a strike, but unfortunately, it might be too little, too late.
Unfortunately, you are correct.
Yeah, for Dave Saban.
Dave Saban, normally you see him on the first team handicap. You don't normally see him on the scratch pair.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's thankful for the opportunity. Any opportunity you get a chance to showcase what you can bring, anything can happen. All right, so right now, what's happening right now is before it was plus 251 in favor of Latino All-Stars, and Handicap Pair 2 definitely added on to that. We're definitely going to get you some scores right now.
Latino All-Stars are going to move on to the next round. The question is what their lineup is going to be like.
Yes. So a little insight on what happened with handicap pair number 2. Their deficit, Latino All-Stars sweeping that pair, 2081 to 1883. A very big deficit over there. We're looking at the finish of handicap pair number 1, as well as right now, what you're viewing is scratch.
Dave Saban ends the game with a 218. Look, Simon has been killing this whole series. I wonder what his series was.
Yeah, well, a lot of big series being thrown on the scratch side. Not so much for Reaper Crew on the scratch side.
With this game, you never know what guys are going to do as you come closer and closer to big-time finishes. As you go forward, the competition gets tougher.
Yeah.
And then every pin counts.
Yeah.
Every shot counts. You got to take your time. You want to start. Sometimes, guys, if you haven't been in this position, you'll end up squeezing the ball early.
Yeah, and you see Nickel right there just having a little dance. I'm sure he had fun. He would have had more fun if they had made it on. He's going to be dancing out the door, but you know what? He deserves the smile. They got here. They got to the playoffs. That's always an accomplishment in itself, but you want to aspire higher, and I'm pretty sure they're going to aspire higher come next season.
Yes, you're right. You're quite right. And when you go out with a 197, it's admirable, but not on the scratch pair.
Yeah. But, you know, shout out to Reaper Crew definitely doing their thing. They did their thing. They did what they could do. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough today.
Looked like the Grim Reaper came for them today.
Yeah, well, you know, they need to set their sights on next season.
Yes, like I said, they get 2 additional key additions to their team on the scratch pair. That makes everybody even better.
Yeah, and Nichols right there, doubles an attempt, looking to finish it on a high note. Let's see if Robbie Shine can do the same thing. It's all added up right now at this point, but let's see what Robbie Shine feels like doing. Why not? He says, why should I dim my light, especially if I've mostly been striking all night.
Depending upon who they bowl in the next round, it's going to be real interesting to see how their team does.
Oh, man. Nichols right there was like, well, you know what? Where was that carry for the rest of the game?
Yes, that's true.
And you know, shout out over there to both Reaper Crew and Latino All-Stars, you know, leaving everything on the lane. All love at the end of the day. And one team will not move on, and the other one's going to be looking towards their payday.
And that's the sad part.
Yeah.
This is a one match elimination.
Yeah, it is what it is, though.
You never know at a different house how a team will perform. Now, let me say this here, Sean Dyke. This is the type of match where experience does make a difference. If you have guys who go on sports shots or used to looking at different shots,
Yeah, exactly. When you have a lot of bowlers that bowl in different areas, it definitely does make a difference. You're right. I agree with that. And Robbie's shown that he's well-traveled, experienced, and built for the moment. He's definitely built for the moment.
Usual suspect. I just got this in. Usual suspects just lost their match.
Yep. And Reaper Crew has gotten defeated on all pairs. I said before that the deficit was big on handicap pair number 2. Over there on handicap pair number 1, it was 1928 to 1860. And on scratch pair, the final result was
Latino All-Stars 2071, Reaper Crew 2024.
Yep. So Latino All-Stars will be moving on to the next round. Thanks for joining us. We had a great time. Malachi Moore, why don't you close us out, baby?
It's going to be a nice game. I want to see what Latino All-Star, what type of adjustments they make. They could go another 2 rounds. I don't know if they can beat up on some of the big teams, but unfortunately, there's been a lot of upsets in the UBA today and yesterday, so nothing is guaranteed. I don't care what team you are. Everybody has a shot to make it to Battle Bowl.
Yeah, well, hey, time will tell and we'll see. You know, UBA all day.
All
Battle
day.
Bowl, here we come, baby.
That's right.